Now on CoastTV News.
Bandstand burden, why businesses are split on big events right here.
Cottage home plans, what a nonprofit wants to build in Georgetown, but not everybody is on board.
Electric cars having a hard time charging in Ocean City, how the town plans to juice them back up.
Wind chills are dropping dramatically, tumbling into the lower teens.
This is CoastTV News at 5.
The Rehoboth Beach Bandstand is at the center of mixed opinions from business owners in the city. Good evening. I'm Madeline Overturf.
And I'm Charlie Sakaitis. We begin tonight with Rehoboth considering changes to its summer concert series.
A number of businesses near the bandstand say concerts like the one pictured here are actually bad for business because they say no one comes in to shop during concerts or others can't even get to their stores. As a result, the city of Rehoboth Beach is considering some changes to the summer concert series, like potentially shifting concerts to weeknights instead of the current Friday through Sundays, moving the time of concerts, or even reducing the number of concerts held. The city met today to listen to concerns of local business owners and members of the community. CoastTV News reporter Drew Bellinger shows us what businesses want to see.
This is the bandstand in Rehoboth Beach now. This is what it looks like in the summer during summer concerts. Some businesses say these crowds create a financial burden by making it hard to get to them. Rehoboth Beach commissioners discuss concerns about overcrowding and parking issues.
So there's a lot that could be done.
Linda D. Dominicus, manager of Seafine, says bandstand events are wonderful, but they make stores hard to get to.
People were parked in front of our store on Wilmington Avenue Friday evening. Those same cars were there Saturday morning.
However, some stores like the Spice and Tea Exchange of Rehoboth see a boom in business from the events held at the bandstand.
I feel like as long as the service is fast, and we can get them in and out, like they applaud that.
City commissioners will get more data on bandstand concerts and their effect on businesses before making a decision. In Rehoboth Beach, Drew Bellinger, Coast TV News.
And while no decisions were made today, the city manager said staff will compile a report for a December 19th meeting, some immediate issues that they're looking to address, how to keep people from blocking those business doors, keeping sidewalks clear, and promoting businesses that are in the horseshoe by the bandstand. Again, this is next up for discussion and a potential vote on December 19th. And all of this brings us to our Coast TV poll for the evening. We want to know, what is the best way to improve Rehoboth's summer concerts?
Let's take a look at the results so far. 63% say better parking, 20% say a new location, so not at the bandstand, 16% say change the days. Nobody right now is saying reduce the closures there.
And we do have a comment today from Karen in Lewis. She says, leave as is, all works beautifully. We go almost every Friday or Saturday, depending on interest in the band. We always grab fries, an ice cream, or a kebab during every visit. Corey does an amazing job in organizing the bands.
If you haven't voted yet, you can still do that or leave us a comment, coasttv.com or our mobile app.
Now let's take a live look into Lewis. No bands anywhere tonight. A little cold as we check in with our First Alert Chief Meteorologist, Paul Williams.
The winds combined with the drastic drop in temps causing a problem. Look at these wind gusts, 36 mile per hour wind gusts, Indian River Inlet, 26 Bethany Beach, and in Ocean City, 37 mile per hour wind gusts. In fact, a horse and carriage ride that was scheduled outside with festivities in Ocean City has been canceled because of the blustery wind conditions. So you take a look out in Ocean City, it looks like it's calm and everything's okay, but the winds are really causing a problem with cutting up dramatically and will drop to below freezing. Now here's the big story. By 11 o'clock this evening, look at the wind chills dropping to 17 in Seaford, Georgetown, Ellendale, and Milton. And if that wasn't low enough to catch your attention, take a look at this. Tuesday morning, we're going to drop to 13 in Ellendale, Seaford, and Delmar. It's going to feel like 15 in Millsboro. It's going to feel like 16 in Selbyville. So the cold is in full effect in a major way. You have to be mindful of your surroundings. And then take a look at how we're even going to continue to see that trend going into the rest of the evening as we stay in the teens. Now, coming up, we're going to talk about just how long this Arctic air is going to hover over us, because it could be a dangerous situation if you're outside for an extended period of time.
Thank you, Paul. These cottage homes you see are model homes in Georgetown. The homes cover anywhere from 450 to 800 square feet per house. Little Living, the nonprofit that builds these homes, wants to build around 20 more in Georgetown, but the nonprofit needs town approval first. Coast TV News reporter Brandon Ferguson is live in Georgetown. Brandon, the meeting that could decide this project, it starts at 6:30 tonight.
Charlie, Little Living owns the land that these model homes are on and the 2 acres next to it. And on this 2 acres behind me, right next to East Market Street here in Georgetown, is where they want to build anywhere from 18 to 23 cottage homes. That plan for the development of this land is up for approval tonight. The president of Little Living tells us that they expect a yes vote tonight, but some people here in Georgetown say they do not want it. We spoke to multiple people off camera today that said they've been against this project since the beginning. They claim it will be another pallet village that they say create problems in town. The president of Little Living, George Marangola, tells Coast TV this is not another pallet village and that cottage homes are proven to be successful.
This is for people that the people in Georgetown see every day. People that work in the Domino's, people that work in the gas stations, people that work in the convenience stores, people that work in the courthouse.
This is important to note. These cottage homes do not have a fixed income rate, so anyone is able to move into these homes with rent ranging from $900 up to $1,200 depending on the bedrooms in the cottages. As Little Living expects a yes vote tonight, if they do get that yes vote from Georgetown Town Council, they tell Coast TV their next stop is Sussex County Planning and Zoning. Live in Georgetown, Brandon Ferguson, Coast TV News.
Electric car charging stations are essential for those drivers who ditched gas, but according to the Ocean City Town Council, some chargers in town are broken, and the company that's supposed to fix them isn't responding. Coast TV News reporter Kevin Zappe is live in Ocean City. Kevin, Ocean City plans to work with a new company to bring back the spark for these electric cars.
Maddie, the town only has 4 electric charging stations here in Ocean City, and some of them don't even work. But here's the good news. They plan to replace all of the chargers without spending a dime. Now on Tuesday, the Ocean City Council will discuss signing a contract with a new company, one that would replace all 16 existing chargers at all 4 charging locations. And how about this? They'll even foot the bill for installation, equipment, monitoring, and maintenance costs. In addition, the town would receive 20% of the charger revenue. The town believes that could bring in up to $36,000 per year. But until more chargers are in town, Tom Ford says he'll stick to gas.
I don't think I'll ever be in the market for an electric vehicle, just for that reason, charging.
According to the town, if everything goes to plan, you could be seeing new chargers here by May of 2026. I'm Kevin Zappe, live in Ocean City, Coast TV News.
The Delaware State Housing Authority is taking applications for large project reservations through its Downtown Development District's rebate program. About $3.5 million is available to qualify. Projects must invest more than $350,000 in eligible improvements to commercial, industrial, residential, or mixed-use buildings. Officials say every state dollar in rebates has generated nearly 15 more in private investments since 2014. There are 12 districts, including Dover, Georgetown, and Milford, and applications are due by 3 p.m. February 26th.
NBC News is learning more about what a Navy admiral told Congress about the double-tap strike on an alleged drug boat near Venezuela, including that the boat was not headed to the U.S. As lawmakers from both sides of the aisle call on the Trump administration to release the full video of the strike, NBC's Ryan Nobles showing us that the growing calls for that video's release.
As President Trump ratchets up pressure and strikes on alleged drug boats and traffickers on the sea,
we're going to start that same process on land because we know every route, we know every house, we know where they live.
These narco-terrorists are the Al-Qaeda of our hemisphere.
NBC News is learning more about what Admiral Frank Bradley told lawmakers last week in classified briefings about the double tap on a boat near Venezuela in September. Sources say Bradley said U.S. intelligence identified everyone on board as narco-terrorists, and Defense Secretary Hegseth made the order to target and kill all on board. Bradley said the first strike ripped the boat apart, according to sources, but 2 men survived and were later seen waving their arms. But it's not clear what they were trying to do. That's when Bradley consulted with a military lawyer and ordered the second strike, killing the men and sinking the boat.
From what I understood then and what I understand now, I fully support that strike. I would have made the same call myself.
Lawmakers on both sides of the aisle are pushing for the administration to release the full video of the strike, and those who have seen it came away with two very different opinions.
So I personally don't have any problem with it. It's not gruesome. I didn't find it distressing or disturbing. It looks like any number of dozens of strikes we've seen on Jeeps and pickup trucks in the Middle East over the years.
They ought to release the video. If they release the video, then everything that the Republicans are saying will clearly be portrayed to be completely false. And people will get a look at it and they will see.
Bradley also told lawmakers the boat was not headed to the U.S. It was going from Venezuela to another South American country, Suriname. Bradley told lawmakers that the drugs on the boat were headed for either Europe or Africa. President Trump has signaled that he'd be willing to release the entire video of the strike, but over the weekend, Secretary Hegseth refused to commit to do so. Ryan Nobles, NBC News, Washington.
Abandoned shopping carts in Pocomoke City, how police are cracking down on the issue.
Blustery conditions on the beaches continue as the temperatures or the wind chills are likely to drop into the lower teens.
And later, possible new tax exemptions in Lewis. The town says it could help homeowners.
This is Coast TV News at 5.
In Pocomoke City, police are cracking down on shopping carts, but specifically ones that are abandoned. Pocomoke police say those carts are showing up over town in yards and sidewalks and in roadways. Officers recently say they counted 18 carts left off of store property, along with dozens of street light outs. They call this a quality of life crackdown and say it's part of a broken windows approach, fixing small issues before they grow into bigger crimes.
The community forgets the little things. It breeds larger crimes because the people that commit the small crimes start thinking, well, if they're not doing anything about this, I can get away with this, I can get away with this, and it slowly grows into the issues that we're facing in our community now.
Officers say penalties for abandoned shopping carts can range from a warning to a fine, and for repeat offenders, even criminal charges. The mayor says he fully supports the crackdown, calling abandoned carts a sort of blight and safety concern in Pocomoke. Coming up next, Paul Williams in our Coast TV First Alert Weather Center with your full forecast.
This pocket of Arctic air that we're dealing with right now is going to hover over us for quite some time, and it's going to be a bit problematic for the next few days in a row. I'll show you what I mean in just a moment. In Lewis, we're holding at 32 degrees with the winds relatively calm in Lewis, but that's just in Lewis. Not everywhere is it like that. It's 28 is where we'll fall to by 9 o'clock, and what few flurries we have will begin to dissipate quickly. The big story is this blast of Arctic or cold air. Temperatures 15 to 20 degrees below the norm and the wind chills falling into the teens. Now I'm starting off big this time, then we're going to zoom in on the details of what we're dealing with as a result of this cold air that is now housed on top of us. We're currently holding 31 degrees in Redden, Georgetown, Millsboro, Laurel, Seaford. Now, we're already below freezing, and that's bad enough. Temperatures 9 degrees below where they were just 24 hours ago, 11 degrees than where we were just yesterday in Dover, for example. But here's what it feels like. It feels like 20 degrees Indian River Inlet, feels like 23 in Georgetown, 24 in Seaford and Laurel. And that's a result of a combination of the winds and the dropping temperatures. You add on to that active small craft advisories around the Atlantic side of the peninsula. So we're looking at 25 to possibly 30 mile per hour wind gusts. And then we have that same concern on the other side. And this is actually a few flurries pushing across Chincoteague as well as Wishart and going into George Island Landing. But those flurries are just secondary as far as the concern for the next few days, because here's the big deal. The wind chill, or what it feels like. For Tuesday morning, we're going to drop to 13 in Ellendale, Seaford, and Delmar, as well as Salisbury. Just as an example of how cold it's going to feel outside. You need to bundle up in layers. Wednesday, we feel better. Ironically enough, we go up to feeling like 24 degrees, once again, well below freezing. Then on Thursday, we tank once again, 21 in Ellendale, Georgetown, and Milton, as well as Lewis, and 22 for the beaches. So the wind chills will drop even more dramatically. For Friday, we're back into the teens again. So we're going to oscillate well below freezing as far as how it feels outside when you go outside. So here's the thing about wind chills. You got to remember, our bodies lose heat through convection. Then, for example, we have no winds, 20 degrees feels like 20 degrees, okay? When there's no wind. When we have wind, like we're dealing with right now, that wind begins to break up that insulation warm layer that we have, so it makes 20 degrees with a 20-mile-per-hour wind feel like 4. Fortunately, we're not going to feel that cold, but it's going to be cold enough. Wednesday, we have 35 degrees. The winds are out of the south. That helps a little bit. We'll have more moisture building for Wednesday. But keep in mind, for the next 6 to 10 days, we're going to be either much below normal or below norm for the next 6 to 10 days in a row. So, meteorologically speaking, bundle up repetitively. Here's a look at your extended forecast. Listen, we have another blast of cold air that kicks in after the weekend. So, yeah, 'tis the season to dress warmer.
Thank you, Paul. Definitely taking that under advisement. Possible new tax exemptions in Lewis. According to the agenda of the mayor and city council meeting, officials will discuss proposed property tax exemptions. Leaders say that the exemptions would reduce a homeowner's assessment by a certain amount, resulting in lower property taxes. The council is considering the idea because they say it would benefit lower income homeowners. Coming up tonight on Coast TV on Delmarva Sports Network at 6, the Delaware Blue Coats take on the Long Island Nets, a little NBA G League basketball. At 8, it's the 24-25 basketball recap special. At 8:30, the 24-25 wrestling recap special. And at 10:30, it's the final score. Along with that, the Delaware Blue Coats game. Here's what you can watch exclusively on DSN Plus at 4:30 p.m. Saints Peter and Paul take on Delmarva Christian in girls basketball. In boys basketball at 5:15, so that's going on. Tatnall visiting Wilmington and Friends. And at 5:30 p.m., Cambridge South Dorchester hosting Broadneck. Coast TV News at 5. We'll be right back. The Bless Our Children campaign continues. We're still collecting cards, still collecting donations. It's all to make sure every kid has a present under the tree come Christmas morning. Now, we've got a great card in here right now. Let's take a look. It's from Bob and Margaret Klim of Lewis, Delaware. We're going to get this in the tree, guys. Thank you for sending it in. Businesses can help by accepting the Shell Brothers Challenge of donating at least $1,000. And if you want to help send a donation in a holiday card, we might just read it on the air. Send a check or money order to the address on your screen or donate online at blessourchildren.org. And get that drum roll because we got a big number to announce. We've already raised $226,000 to help children and families this holiday season. Again, thank you to all who have donated.
Along with Bless Our Children, we run Delmarva's Holiday House, which we love. This is when we get to see everybody's holiday decorations.
This picture shows a beautifully decorated Christmas tree sent in by Rita Williams from Frankfurt.
Looks great. I love all the red there. Very festive, kind of like a peppermint candy cane sort of tree.
It just looks like a lot of effort. A lot of time goes into it. We appreciate that you guys do that. We also want to see more of the homes out there that have been decking the halls all season long. Send us your photos and videos by going to coasttv.com/holidayhouse, and we just might show them right here on Coast TV News. We'll be back.
When you take a look outside, you can almost just see how cold it feels, you know? And that's kind of that face hurt kind of a cold that we have going on for us right now. We have active small craft advisories in effect, watching out for 25-mile-per-hour winds. We have a couple of flurries floating across portions of the central and southern portions of the peninsula, but the breezy conditions up to 35-mile-per-hour wind gusts, particularly in Ocean City, where they had to cancel a carriage ride there as a result of just how chilly it became. Take a look at the breakdown on the forecast for tomorrow morning. We're going to be at 22 degrees. We're not even talking about the wind chill. That's where we're at, okay? And then if we're lucky, we'll get up to 38 degrees for the high. You can keep up with your forecast by calling our weather line. It's just a phone call away, sponsored by the law offices of Brockstead, Mandalis, and Federico. And here's a look at your exclusive 10-day forecast. Two things to keep in mind. Obviously, cold like crazy tomorrow because the wind chill will drop to 13 tomorrow. And then another blast of cold air that I think is going to be even more dramatic after the weekend.
I mean, I don't like it when I see the word cold twice on your 10-day
I don't like it when you start having to go, it's 22 before the wind chill. It's an honest 22.
Oh, well, thank you, Paul. And thank you for joining us here for Coast TV News at 5.
For more news, more local weather, download our Coast TV News app.
Inside Edition is up next.
And we'll see you later tonight for Coast TV News at 6. Have a great evening.